Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good? I had to redo my whole entire Dragon Ball superhero movie because on PlayStation you can't share Dragon Ball Kakarot because it's such a bad game at times. They don't want you showing the flaws, so understandably so, I am stuck playing this. But regardless, I like this game because I get to shine with the true person that really made Dragon Ball Heroes a good show for me, and that was the Lord Piccolo. This will be a spoiler-free review. I have no plans of like outright just spoiling y'all. So I mostly just wanted to talk about the relationship between Piccolo, Gohan, and ultimately just what they are trying to do, maybe. With this, Piccolo is not only yet again the best father of the show, but he also jumps the charts when it comes to being the best grandpa. Like, unironically, he becomes the best grandfather because at times like this, when Goku could be home and hanging out with his granddaughter, he is instead fighting Vegeta for ridiculously long matters of time. So, because of this, Piccolo has been picking up the slack, learning how to use cell phones, training, all this different stuff, which makes me so excited for the future of the show, man. We got older kids that aren't the same anymore. That is the biggest thing that comes with with this movie, in my opinion. And because of that, it leaves us in a position where we can ask, like, what could the future be for Trunks, Goten, Pan, all of these young characters who have such promising futures? What do you do with them, and what will make the most sense to do with them, right? And I feel like that's Piccolo's kind of overall way of just being ridiculously important in the show. Is because he always can bring the best out in people, and there's a lot of callbacks to the old school Dragon Ball Z way of unlocking potential and stuff like that in this. So I think it's all around trying to cover its bases for most of what we were seeing, and I appreciated uh, most of that stuff, right? Because there's not a lot of times you get to reminisce on the old school stuff that made certain characters who they are, and then excuse me, and then to see characters come out of the woodworks that could actually give Piccolo a run for his money before the actual inevitable big finale to the point where he needed to get stronger. I like that. It's interesting how Piccolo comes up with the idea of what he does to get his strength, and they didn't think of it before. It's another one of those times. It's like, well, why didn't you do that before? Type of deals. But overall, I think it did play out relatively well, and this show definitely, or this movie benefits from this new animation style. It's so much fresher, so much easier to follow the fights. It's almost as if every single fight has a way of taking its own stories throughout it, right? Like you have start to finish just amazing looking angles and stuff like that that you would not get to see in the anime. So I do appreciate that, and if it was something that they would bring back uh, to the anime, or like if that's a style they want to use in the future, I'm not opposed to it. Even though I am not a fan, like I'm not a fan of it. It's just the fighting is much better because of it, and the shading and whatever aside is what it is. But that motion of them going to spot, seeing the reaction and the real back of the fight without really taking us out of it in the first place to give us those shots is amazing. And I think the anime is going to benefit tremendously from this break that it took, hopefully, and start looking absolutely amazing. So overall, the father son of Piccolo, and now Piccolo being a grandfather, was truly awesome. But to think that he was the comedy of the show was relatively surprising for him to take that role. He had me absolutely laughing super hard at least 3 times throughout the movie alone. And then there's other characters that were just like forcing comedy that didn't feel funny at all, which just kind of makes the attention to detail of Piccolo's character that much better because his comedy wasn't forced. It was honest. It was, truly something he was trying to do. And it just turned out to be funny because of how far he would go to do right by someone that he considers family, right? Um, that was one of the most eye-opening things of this movie. Outside of that, the final battle is amazing as always. The way that it gets to all of it was kind of wonky. With Gohan doing his thing that you see in the trailer, showing up to the place in the rain and all that. That whole scene after him showing up and fighting was very wonky. But the things that happened throughout the whole entire movie was wonky as well, so it kind of fit. Like you're kind of in it, like you're already feeling wonky from like what Piccolo does to not only figure out things, but then to push it to the next level, right? So overall, I am excited to see people watching this movie, and maybe I'll do a more spoiler review, just talking about the certain things that pop up in the movie. But as of right now, I enjoyed it quite a bit. The fighting is absolutely enhanced so much that it's kind of scary. The shading of the characters aren't my jam, but at the same time, it came with really good fights, so I'm not all that mad about it. And overall, what we'll be seeing from me is just more content daily. So I hope y'all are ready for that. Thank you so much for even clicking the video. If you made it this far, it's greatly appreciated. Please drop a like, subscribe if you wouldn't mind, because it would help the channel shine and be seen by more. And I would love to have more people to talk in the comments with and just discuss these videos with and different ideas. Take care, y'all, and thank you so much. Peace.